Hi guys, Gilfest is coming. In this video, we will talk about the top 5 best servants to invest in for this event. You should take advantage of this during the pre-campaign, as there's a 2-time super and great success for XP active right now. Now, starting with number 5. You want to invest in a strong AoE archer, as the best lottery nodes for round 2 in the last round are full of sabers. First recommended ones are the Buster Trifecta 5 stars, Ishtar, Tesla, and Gilgamesh. The good thing about these guys is that you could run 6 slots lottery Cs depending on MP levels, as the lottery C gives 15 crit stars baseline, where you can use to 100% Buster crit through the first wave. Gilgamesh will probably have the easiest time due to his MP damage increase or servant niche, while Ishtar received an interlude buff recently, making Tesla the weakest of the 3 if at equal MP levels. However, Tesla is definitely worth investing in if you have recently pulled him in the interlude campaign with Jack and Parvati. Then there is Arash, really cheap unit to field, only needs skill 3 to be max for a 30% gouge. His death on MP enables you to cycle in another damage dealer or supporter to continue your 3-turn loops, making him very flexible in many teams and very good on saber nodes. Atalante will also be a great archer to invest in, especially if you have your own Scotty. She can work if you don't have your own. There will be some suboptimal ways to make her work, such as using Arash to MP the first wave, or perhaps using a Narrow Bride if you have one. And ideally she is at MP2, as her base damage at MP1 is a bit too low. This is due to Atalante's low base attack as a 4-star servant. This in turn means her card damage is also quite low, so she can't really quite fully utilize the 15 crit stars lottery C, unlike the 3 Buster servants too. Now, special mention and probably the best archer to use in Gilfest would be J Archer. Why? Because she's an art servant that can really reliably refund her MP gouge from her arts MP, while also she has a 40% gouge on skill 2, easily enabling her to loop with no starting charge CE. This is very ideal for a 6E CE team. On the downside, just like Atalante, she has really low base damage, so she may not be enough to clear waves if she's only at MP1. In turn, her face card damage is also very low, so she can't utilize the 15 crit star lottery CE to crit down the first wave with just face cards. Now on to number 4. Next we have Narrow Bride. She recently had received a rank up, which gives her a 30% gouge on top of her MP gain. She used to do not have that. This makes her one of the best supports for arts comps right now, before Castorian arrives to NA. She is absolutely vital to invest in if you have a copy of her, as she enables premier arts loopers such as Da Vinci Lily and J Archer to run 6-slot CEs. Her MP gain on top of MP gouge is just amazing for arts looping. Narrow Bride is usually ran with another Narrow Bride, just like double Scotty, but she also pairs great with Paracelsus and Tamamo, and also she's a great fodder unit for your Chengong comps as well. As a bonus, she also has one of her highest ST MP damage as a saber, even at MP1. So she's just a great, also 4th slot for ST DPS if you need her for future use. Now for number 3. Da Vinci Rider has just came out in the recent anniversary. She is great at looping due to her skill 1 Golden Body EX, giving 20% gouge per turn at max level, while also having an Arts MP giving her even further MP refund. Da Vinci won't be as good on the Saber nodes in round 2 and 3 unless heavily invested in MP levels or grails, but in first round 4 casters, she can be used just at MP1. Now round 1 is an absolutely amazing node to farm as it drops hearts, one of the most commonly used materials. Just at MP1, Da Vinci Lily can run 6 lottery Cs, provided you have 3 out of 4 servants pictured above. So this also means if you have all the necessary supports and don't have your own Da Vinci rider, you can just pick up your friend's one and support list. And trust me, there are a lot of Da Vinci riders in support recently. The good thing about picking Da Vinci rider from your friend's support list, you can pick ones with the highest MP levels if you think you require more damage. Of course, Da Vinci rider also pairs great with Tamamo and Lan Ling, if that's the supports that you have. Note, if you are running Paracelsus with Da Vinci rider, you need Paracelsus to MP the first wave. Next we have the quick comps. If you still haven't maxed out your Scotty skills now from last year, well, now is the time. Quick comps are probably the least button clicky and require least input from you compared to other farming comps if you have MLB kaleidoscopes, where you don't even need a plug suit. Don't have plug suit? No problem. Just use any 50% charge CE with plug suit and support waiver and it will work. For Gilfest, the usual Dantes and Lancelots are a great investment, as well as Atalante as mentioned before, as there are a lot of Saber nodes. Parvati, also a good quick looper, is recently on the radar banner, but I don't recommend her for the Gilfest due to obvious class disadvantage for Sabers as a Lancer. She could work in round 1 against casters, provided you have her at high MP levels, as her base MP damage is incredibly low versus neutral mobs due to her low attack stat. Now the one weakness for quick comps is that they cannot run any 6-slot setups. They must use a starting charge C such as Kaleidoscope or 50% one, as quick MPs do not generate as much MP gain as arts MPs. Now before we discuss our number 1 servant to invest in, here are some honorable mentions. Chen Gong, his damage can be quite absurd, but he really needs all the necessary supports and grails to make him work and MP gain efficiently. You can't just use MP gouge on def CE such as Battle Camland, as it will take up lottery CE slots. Then we have Merlin. He is still the CQ king, which Gilfest has a lot of. He has 1 turn on demand, 1 turn team-wide invincibility, health regen, MP gain, and crit star generation from Garden of Avalon. Everything you could ask for CQ. Then there's Summon Mordred, a very good rider at looping. But she's no longer in circulation, make her difficult to get copies of her. Summon Mordred can reliably loop with 6-slot CEs without any mystic code. If you have the right support such as Waver and Nero Bride, you can just borrow your friend's one in the support list and they can loop reliably just like that. Then finally, we have number 1, and you probably guessed it, it's Arjuna Alta. His damage is just crazy due to his skill 1, while being a berserker having class advantage on all the lottery nodes. With 15 crit stars on each lottery CE on the field, he can bust a card crit the first wave, just like the Buster Archers mentioned at the start of our video, enabling Arjuna Alta to MP the last 2 waves, running 6-slot lottery comps, also due to the fact that he has a 30% MP self-battery. His damage is so high with his skill 1, he can get away with it just at MP 1. And due to his high damage, he can act as a pseudo single target DPS, making him also absolutely crazy in Gilfest challenge quests. If you have an Arjuna Alta, he is a great investment for Gilfest. What if you don't have him? No problem. Borrow one from your friends list. If you have the right support casters, you can use them in some for the plug suit comp.
Now thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It will help the channel out a lot. Let me know in the comments below what you are running with in Gilfest this year.